The security camera caught everything. Harrison Rose, 40 years old today, standing in his kitchen at 11:47 p.m., staring at a birthday cake with candles that had burned down to waxy stubs. The beef Wellington sat cold on the granite counter. $47 worth of decorations hung like accusations from the ceiling. His phone buzzed. Mom's 37th birthday. $1,800 per person. Venmo me. Lynn Harrison read the message 3 times. His daughter, his 15-year-old daughter, was billing him for his wife's birthday party. A party that happened on his birthday. A party he wasn't invited to. His fingers trembled as he typed back, "Congratulations." Then he transferred exactly $1. Claire would lose her mind when she saw that. Good. But first, Harrison had work to do. At midnight, he changed every lock in the house. By 1 a.m., he'd transferred their joint savings, $127,000, into a trust account only he could access. By 2 a.m., he'd blocked Claire's number, Tyler's phone, and Lynn's social media accounts. By 3 a.m., Harrison Rose had vanished from his family's digital life entirely. "Mr. Rose, Seattle Police, we need to speak with you." 2 officers stood on Harrison's porch Wednesday morning. Detective Sarah Mills, mid-40s with sharp eyes, and Officer Ramirez, younger but already suspicious. "Your wife filed a missing person report. Says you've been acting erratically. Claims you might be a danger to yourself." Harrison almost laughed. Claire was setting up her defense already. Paint him as mentally unstable before the divorce papers hit. "I'm standing right here, officers. As you can see, I'm neither missing nor dangerous." Detective Mills studied him. "She says you abandoned your family after some kind of breakdown. Left the house Monday night, haven't been seen since. I've been home the entire time. Check my security footage." Harrison gestured to the cameras mounted around his property. "Timestamps don't lie." Officer Ramirez shifted uncomfortably. "Sir, we're going to need you to come down to the station." Just to clear this up, am I under arrest? "No, but then I'll speak with my attorney first." Harrison started closing the door. Detective Mills caught it with her hand. "Mr. Rose, your wife seems genuinely concerned. She's saying you've been drinking heavily, making threats. Officers, I've been sober for 8 years. I can provide documentation, and I've never threatened anyone in my life." Harrison's voice remained steady, professional. "But I can see where this is headed. My wife wants me to look unstable for the divorce proceedings. You're being used." The cops exchanged glances. They'd seen this before. "We'll be in touch," Mills said finally. After they left, Harrison's phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "Dad, I wanted to come, but Mom told me you went on a drinking binge and didn't want to see us. I'm sorry. Tyler." Below the message was a screenshot. Claire's text to their 12-year-old son. "Don't contact your father. He's not well right now. He said some horrible things about you and Lynn. Give him space." Harrison stared at the screenshot until his vision blurred. Claire had poisoned his children against him, used his birthday as the perfect opportunity to isolate him completely. But Tyler had reached out anyway. Smart kid. Harrison screenshot the conversation and forwarded it to his attorney with a note. Emergency. Wife filed false police report, evidence of parental alienation attached. Then he began planning Claire's destruction. Harrison spent Thursday gathering ammunition. As a senior systems architect, he understood digital footprints better than most people. Claire had always been careless with her devices. Her laptop, still connected to their home Wi-Fi, backed up automatically to their shared cloud storage. Harrison found the folder labeled Personal and started downloading. What he discovered made his stomach turn. Chat logs between Claire and Roy Kinn dating back 14 months. Photos taken in Harrison's own bedroom while he was traveling for work. Video calls where they discussed the plan. How to maximize Claire's divorce settlement while minimizing Harrison's access to their children. But the most damning evidence was a recorded conversation from last Sunday, the day before Harrison's birthday. Roy's voice. "You sure about the timing? Seems brutal to do it on his birthday." Claire's voice. "That's the point. When he snaps, it'll look justified. I've already planted seeds with the kids about his drinking. One public meltdown and I get everything." Roy. "And after the divorce?" Claire. "I get the house, the custody arrangement I want, and that promotion you promised me at McKenzie & Associates." Roy. "Babe, once this goes viral, your reputation in PR will be untouchable. Nothing like a wronged wife narrative to boost credibility." Claire laughing. "He's so predictable. Probably sitting at home right now, feeling sorry for himself. Men are so pathetic when they are abandoned." Harrison played the recording 3 times. His hands were steady now. The shaking had stopped. Claire thought she was smart, but she'd underestimated him. Harrison uploaded the audio file to 7 different cloud storage accounts, then created multiple anonymous social media profiles. By Friday morning, the recording would be circulating through Seattle's PR networks with the caption, "Local PR executive plots divorce fraud with colleague." But first, he had legal moves to make. Friday morning, Harrison met with Marcus Webb, the most ruthless divorce attorney in Seattle. Webb specialized in high net worth cases, where one spouse tried to financially devastate the other. "Your wife made several mistakes," Webb said, reviewing Harrison's evidence. "Filing a false police report, parental alienation, and conspiracy to commit fraud, plus this audio recording. Can we use it in court? Washington is a 2-party consent state, but there are exceptions for evidence of crimes. Your wife was discussing fraud and perjury. We can argue public interest." Webb leaned back in his leather chair. "But there's something else. I ran Claire's financial background. She's been moving money." Harrison's jaw tightened. "Where?" "Offshore account in Roy Kinn's name. Looks like they've been planning this for months. Transferred $31,000 from your joint credit cards over the past 6 weeks. That's theft." "Exactly. And with the audio recording, we can prove premeditation." Webb smiled coldly. "Mr. Rose, by the time I'm done, your wife won't have enough money for a public defender." While Harrison was filing for divorce, the audio recording hit social media. Within 2 hours, #PR fraud was trending locally. Claire's company, McKenzie & Associates, received 47 calls from reporters and current clients. By noon, they'd issued a statement. "Miss Rose has been placed on administrative leave pending investigation into allegations of professional misconduct." Claire's first call was to Harrison. He let it go to voicemail. "Harrison, you coward. Answer your phone." "What did you do?" Her voice was shrill, panicked. "Someone leaked a fake recording and now my job." The message cut off. 15 minutes later, another voicemail. "Harrison, I know this is you. Take down whatever you posted or I swear to God I'll destroy you. You think you're so smart with your computers and your—" Harrison deleted it without listening to the rest. By 3 p.m., Roy Kinn had also been suspended from McKenzie & Associates. The company couldn't afford to be associated with a fraud scandal. Harrison's phone rang again. This time it was Tyler. "Dad, are you okay? Mom's been screaming and throwing things. She says you ruined her life." "Tyler, I need you to listen carefully. Your mother has been lying to you about me. I never went on any drinking binge. I never said I didn't want to see you. I've been waiting for you to come home." Silence on the other end. "Tyler, I figured that out. Mom changes her story every time I ask questions, but Dad, she says she's going to take us away, maybe to Grandma's house in Portland. She can't do that, son, not legally. I filed papers to prevent her from taking you out of state. She's really angry, Dad, scary angry. Stay safe, Tyler, and keep your phone hidden. Record anything she says about me, okay? Okay, Dad, I love you. I love you too, son." Claire showed up at Harrison's house Saturday evening, just as he was reviewing court documents for Monday's hearing. She pounded on the front door so hard the frame shook. "Harrison, open this door right now." He watched her through the security camera. She looked wild, hair disheveled, makeup smeared, still wearing the same clothes from yesterday. "I know you're in there, you coward." Harrison stepped onto the porch. "Lower your voice, Claire. The neighbors can hear you." "Good. Let them hear what a vindictive snake you are." She lunged forward, but Harrison stepped aside. "You think you're so clever, posting fake audio recordings, stealing our money?" "Nothing I posted was fake, and I didn't steal anything. I moved our assets to prevent you from hiding them offshore like you did with the $31,000. Claire's face went white. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Roy Kinn's Cayman Islands account. Ring any bells? You've been spying on me? I've been protecting myself from a fraudulent spouse." Harrison's voice was calm, which seemed to enrage Claire further. She swung at him, a wild, clumsy punch that Harrison easily dodged. She stumbled, nearly falling off the porch. "You want to hit me, Claire? Go ahead, but remember, everything's being recorded." Harrison pointed to the security cameras. "Assault charges won't help your custody case." Claire straightened her hair, suddenly aware of how she looked. "You can't keep me from my children. I can keep them from being manipulated by someone who lies to them about their father. Those kids love me more than they'll ever love you." "Then why did Tyler text me? Why is he recording your conversations about taking them to Portland?" Claire's composure cracked. "You turned my own son against me. No, Claire, You did that yourself. Harrison stepped back toward his door. See you in court Monday. This isn't over. Yes, it is. Monday morning, King County Family Court was packed. Word had spread about the viral recording, and several reporters sat in the gallery. Judge Patricia Hernandez, a no-nonsense woman in her 50s, had reviewed all the evidence over the weekend. She looked exhausted. This is one of the most complicated cases I've seen this year, she began. We have allegations of fraud, parental alienation, false police reports, and conspiracy. Mr. Webb, present your case. Harrison's attorney stood confidently. Your Honor, we have documented evidence that Mrs. Rose conspired with her colleague, Roy Kinn, to defraud my client through false allegations and theft of marital assets. We also have proof that she's been systematically alienating the children from their father through deliberate lies. Claire's attorney, a young public defender named James Torres, looked overwhelmed. Your Honor, my client denies these allegations. The audio recording my colleague referenced has not been authenticated, and actually it has. Judge Hernandez held up a thick folder. I ordered an independent analysis Friday afternoon. The recording is authentic, unedited, and was captured on Mrs. Rose's own device during a video call. Torres's face fell. Claire grabbed his arm, whispering frantically. Furthermore, the judge continued, I've reviewed the financial records. Mrs. Rose, you transferred $31,000 from joint credit accounts to a personal account in Mr. Kinn's name. How do you explain this? Claire stood shakily. Your Honor, that money was for business expenses. Roy and I were working on a joint project. A project that involved defrauding your husband? No, we weren't. Mrs. Rose, I've listened to the recording. You explicitly discussed manipulating your children's emotions and filing false allegations to maximize your divorce settlement. This is fraud. Webb approached the bench. Your Honor, we'd like to call Tyler Rose to testify. He's 12 years old, Torres objected. Old enough to understand that his mother lied to him, Webb replied. Tyler entered the courtroom wearing his best shirt and tie. He looked nervous but determined. Tyler, Webb said gently, did your mother tell you your father didn't want to see you? Yes, sir. Do you believe that was true? Tyler glanced at Claire, then back at Webb. No, sir. My dad loves me. He would never say he didn't want to see me. How do you know this? Because when I texted him, he was really sad, and he said he'd been waiting for us to come home. Tyler's voice grew stronger. And because Mom changes her story every time I ask questions. First she said Dad was sick, then she said he was drinking, then she said he was angry at us. But Dad's not like that. Claire was crying now, but they weren't tears of sadness. They were tears of rage. Tyler, Webb continued, did your mother ever ask you to lie about your father? Torres jumped up. Objection. Leading the witness. Sustained, Webb rephrased. What did your mother tell you to say if anyone asked about your father? She said if anyone asked, I should say he abandoned us, that he chose work over family. Tyler looked directly at Claire. But that's not true. Dad never missed anything important. He was always there for me. Judge Hernandez made notes. Thank you, Tyler. You can sit down. As Tyler returned to his seat, Claire stood abruptly. This is insane. You're all believing the lies of a manipulative man who... Mrs. Rose, sit down, the judge ordered. No, I won't let him destroy my family. Harrison's been planning this for months. He's the one who's mentally unstable. Mrs. Rose, I'm warning you. Claire turned to face the gallery. My husband is a controlling, vindictive man who can't handle being left. He's using his money and his technology skills to frame me. Bailiff, remove Mrs. Rose from my courtroom. As the bailiff approached, Claire spun toward Harrison. You think you've won? You think destroying me will make the kids love you? They'll hate you for this. They'll hate you forever. Harrison remained seated, expressionless, as Claire was escorted out, still screaming. Judge Hernandez waited for silence. Mr. Webb, what is your client seeking in terms of custody? Full physical custody of Tyler Rose, who is clearly being manipulated by his mother. As for Lynn Rose, she's 15 and can choose where she wants to live. We're also seeking a restraining order preventing Mrs. Rose from removing either child from Washington State. Granted on all counts. The judge signed several documents. Mrs. Rose is also ordered to undergo a psychological evaluation before any unsupervised visits with either child. And I'm referring this case to the prosecutor's office for potential criminal charges related to fraud and filing false police reports. Torres looked defeated. Your Honor, my client has nowhere to go. Her mother has disowned her. She's lost her job. That's not this court's concern, counselor. Mrs. Rose created this situation through her own choices. Judge Hernandez closed the file. Next case? Outside the courthouse, Harrison found Tyler waiting by his car. Lynn stood 20 feet away, crying. Dad? Tyler approached cautiously. Are you okay? I'm okay, son. Are you? Tyler nodded, then hugged Harrison tightly. I'm sorry, I didn't believe you at first. You have nothing to be sorry for. You were protecting your mother. That's what good kids do. Lynn approached slowly. Her face was red and swollen from crying. Dad? Is Mom really going to jail? Harrison knelt down to her level. I don't know, sweetheart. That depends on what the prosecutor decides. She said you hate us now, that you're trying to punish her by taking us away. Lynn, I could never hate you, not ever. What happened between your mother and me has nothing to do with how much I love you and Tyler. But you're not going to let us see her? The judge said she needs to get some help first. Once she does that, you can see her as much as you want. Lynn wiped her nose. I want to stay with her, Dad. I know she made mistakes, but she's still my mom. Harrison's heart broke, but he kept his voice steady. I understand. And when you turn 16, you can choose where you want to live permanently. Until then, the judge says you need to be with me. What about our house, our stuff? We'll figure it out together. All of us. Harrison looked around the courthouse steps. No sign of Claire. Her attorney had probably taken her out a back exit to avoid the reporters. Come on, Harrison said, putting his arms around both kids. Let's go home. 3 weeks later, Harrison stood in the kitchen of his new apartment, a 3-bedroom place in Bellevue with good schools and no memories of Claire. Tyler was doing homework at the dining table. Lynn was video chatting with friends, slowly adjusting to her new reality. Harrison's phone buzzed with a text from Webb. Roy Kinn just pled guilty to conspiracy and fraud. 18 months probation, $50,000 in restitution. Claire's hearing is Thursday. What are the chances she takes a deal? Harrison typed back. Hi. Prosecutors offering 6 months house arrest plus restitution. Alternative is 2 years in minimum security. Harrison set down his phone. Justice felt hollow when it came at the cost of his children's innocence. But Tyler was laughing at something on his laptop, and Lynn had smiled twice today. They were healing. The doorbell rang. Harrison checked the security camera. A woman in a professional suit holding an envelope. Delivery for Harrison Rose, from Mackenzie and Associates. Harrison signed for the envelope, curious. Claire's former company had been trying to distance themselves from the scandal for weeks. Inside was a letter from the managing partner. Mr. Rose, we deeply regret the events involving our former employees. As part of our internal investigation, we discovered that Mr. Kinn used company resources to assist Miss Rose in moving marital assets offshore. We are prepared to offer testimony in any criminal proceedings and will cooperate fully with restitution efforts. Additionally, we would like to discuss a consulting opportunity regarding our digital security practices. Please contact me at your convenience. Harrison smiled grimly. Claire's destruction was creating opportunities he'd never expected. His phone rang. Tyler looked up from his homework. Is that Mom? Harrison checked the caller ID. Unknown number. Hello? Harrison. Claire's voice was small, broken. Please, I need to talk to you. Claire, you're violating the restraining order by calling me. I'm not threatening you. I need help. Harrison walked into his bedroom and closed the door. What kind of help? I don't have anywhere to go. My mother won't return my calls. Roy said he never wants to see me again. I'm living in a motel and I can't afford... That's not my problem anymore, Claire. Please, I know I made mistakes, but I'm still the mother of your children. Don't let me end up on the street. Harrison sat on his bed staring at a photo of the kids on his nightstand. You made choices, Claire. You chose to betray our marriage. You chose to manipulate our children. You chose to commit fraud. These are the consequences. I was scared. I thought you were going to leave me anyway, and Stop. Just stop. Harrison's voice was firm. You weren't scared. You were greedy. And you were cruel. You turned my own children against me on my birthday. You filed false police reports. You stole our money. Silence on the other end. Claire, if you take the prosecutor's deal, you'll serve 6 months house arrest and pay restitution. It's more mercy than you deserve. And then what? How am I supposed to rebuild my life? The same way I had to rebuild mine after you destroyed it, one day at a time. Harrison ended the call and blocked the number. 6 months later, Harrison stood in the conference room of his new company, Rose Digital Security, presenting to executives from 3 Fortune 500 companies. The scandal that destroyed Claire had paradoxically enhanced his reputation as someone who understood corporate fraud from personal experience. Tyler burst through the office door at 4 p.m., still wearing his soccer uniform. "Dad, we won! 3-1! I scored the winning goal." Harrison hugged his son, not caring that he was sweaty and grass-stained. "That's amazing. Did you record it?" Lynn did. She's actually getting pretty good with the camera. Lynn followed Tyler into the office, more subdued but smiling. She'd chosen to live with Harrison after all, deciding that stability mattered more than loyalty to Claire's chaos. "How was your visit with Mom yesterday?" Harrison asked carefully. Lynn shrugged. "Okay, she's different now, quieter. She says she's in therapy." "That's good. Dad, she asked me to give you something." Lynn handed Harrison a sealed envelope with his name written in Claire's handwriting. That evening, after the kids were asleep, Harrison opened the letter. "Harrison, I know you'll probably throw this away without reading it, but I need to try. I've spent 6 months thinking about what I did to you, to our family, to our children. The therapist says I was trying to control something I was afraid of losing, but that doesn't excuse anything. You trusted me for 15 years, and I betrayed that trust in the worst possible way. I hurt our children to hurt you, and there's no forgiveness for that. You had every right to defend yourself and protect Tyler and Lynn. I just wanted you to know that I understand why you did what you did. And I'm sorry it took losing everything for me to realize what I had thrown away. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. I just wanted you to know that I finally understand. Take care of our kids. You're a better parent than I ever was." Claire Harrison read the letter twice, then filed it away in his desk drawer. Some wounds healed, others just stopped bleeding. 2 years later. The cameras captured everything. Harrison Rose walking up the steps of the Seattle Convention Center, Tyler and Lynn flanking him on either side. Harrison wore a crisp navy suit. The kids wore matching company t-shirts reading, "Rose Digital Security, Protecting What Matters." Inside, Harrison delivered the keynote address to 1,200 cybersecurity professionals about corporate fraud prevention and digital asset protection. 2 years ago, I learned firsthand how quickly trust can be weaponized against you, he told the audience. But I also learned that preparation, documentation, and decisive action can protect everything you've worked to build. After the presentation, a familiar figure approached Harrison at the reception. Detective Sarah Mills, the officer who'd responded to Claire's missing person report. "Mr. Rose, I wanted to apologize for that morning we came to your house. We should have seen through the manipulation." "You were doing your job, Detective. No apology necessary. For what it's worth, your case changed how we handle these situations. We're more careful about verifying claims now." Harrison nodded. Even his worst day had created something positive. As the reception wound down, Tyler tugged on Harrison's sleeve. "Dad, there's someone outside asking for you." Through the convention center's glass doors, Harrison saw a woman in a worn coat standing in the rain. Even from a distance, even after 2 years, he recognized Claire. She looked older, thinner. Her hair was shorter, less styled. She stood completely still, like she was waiting for permission to exist. "Should I call security?" Lynn asked. She was 17 now, more protective of her father than she used to be. "No, I'll handle it." Harrison walked outside alone. Claire didn't approach. She just stood there, 20 feet away, holding a small gift bag. "You shouldn't be here, Claire." "I know. I wanted to give this to Tyler. For his birthday. I wasn't sure how else to get it to him." Harrison studied her face. The arrogance was gone. So was the manipulation. What remained looked like genuine remorse, but he'd been fooled before. "You could have mailed it. I wanted to see him, just for a minute, to see how he's grown." Harrison took the gift bag without looking inside. "He's doing well. They both are." "I know. Lynn tells me. She says you help with her college applications, that Tyler made honor roll. They're good kids. Because of you." Claire's voice was barely audible over the rain. "I watch your interviews sometimes. You seem happy." Harrison didn't respond. "I'm not asking for anything," Claire continued. "I know I lost that right. I just wanted to see you succeeding. It helps me sleep better, knowing I didn't destroy everything. She turned to leave, then stopped. Harrison, thank you for not letting me destroy them too. Harrison watched her walk away, disappearing into the Seattle rain. After a moment, he went back inside where his children were waiting. His children, his business, his life rebuilt from the ashes of betrayal. The gift bag contained a simple card. Happy 14th birthday, Tyler. I'm proud of the young man you're becoming. Love, Mom. Harrison would give it to Tyler later, along with the choice of whether to respond. Some invitations were worth ignoring. Others deserved a second chance. But that decision belonged to Tyler now. Harrison smiled and rejoined his family inside, where the light was warm and the future was theirs to write.